This time I'm grateful for the witness of Carl and Erica's son, Martin, who comes now to share a word of remembrance in honor of his parents today.
Thank you all for coming today. It's great to see so many friends of the community of Fairhope. It is with sadness for the loss, but real rejoice for my parents, Carl and Erica Pellinat, who just passed at 96 and 90 years of age, just 7 days apart, to enter the kingdom of God together. Thank you all for attending this celebration of life. It is so great to be here at the church with friends in the community of Fairhope, who has been such an important and meaningful part of my parents' lives and the Pellinat family. My parents together both truly lived for others, and they did so to shine the light of Christ, which was deeply in their hearts and was shown brightly for the world to see. Their story has been remarkable, courageous, and inspiring over these 90-plus years. My mother Erica's family was from Pommern, now Germany, formerly Poland. In a hurry, Erica and her family, her mother, father, sister, who passed at 2, and brother, who passed at 19, left their belongings behind and lost touch with each other over 3 weeks. They were then reunited in a refugee camp in Berlin, which was still under bombings. In East Berlin, Erica enjoyed being a kindergarten teacher at a specialized children's hospital. Erica made her second escape on her own from East Berlin to Hamburg, incognito on a train, taking all of her belongings, her clothes worn in layers, and leaving her family behind. Carl, who was born in Leipzig with mother and sister, had an early death of his father, who died in World War II in 1944, fighting in Italy. Carl escaped from East to West Berlin. In August 1961, he left his position as an engineer in the German steel industry and all of his belongings behind. As my dad Carl describes, it was when he was captured as a German soldier being taken to a Russian prison camp that he jumped into a sewer pipe, which was often randomly shot into to escape. And my mom, who escaped with her mother, sister, and brother, but was separated from her father on a cattle farm. This is where they committed their life to Christ, and in gratitude continued with His grace alone. An amazing journey together. Erica and Carl first met in Hamburg in the Lutheran Church Choir. After one date, with the span of only 24 hours of knowing each other, Carl left on a trip to the U.S. he had pre-planned to see if he could find a job. He wouldn't stay in the U.S. if he couldn't, but he did. In staying in touch with Erica over 6 weeks with love letters, they faithfully entered into holy matrimony in the U.S. on July 7, 1962 in Chicago, starting a new life from scratch. Even in his last days in Fairhope, my dad called my mom his American hamburger. In 1966, Erica and Carl had their first and only child, Martin, in Pittsburgh. We were transferred by IBM and lived in Pennsylvania, Illinois, South Carolina, Michigan, and Kentucky. Carl had an illustrious career at IBM, developing a key workflow pattern used by the first IBM mainframes in 1964. Erica was always active in the communities in which we lived, including starting the Five Crafty Ladies Art Club in Bethlehem, and together with Carl, always joining the church choir with the First Presbyterian Church of Bethlehem being a highlight. Carl was an exceptionally gifted musician who played the piano, accordion, guitar, harmonica, flute, and violin, all by ear. Even just a few weeks ago at the Brenedy, Carl entertained folks in the community center on the piano with classic Christmas tunes. His gift was from God, and together with Erica, they amazingly warmed so many rooms and hearts with joy. Here in Fairhope since 1989, Carl and Erica were proud to have built their home in the Covered Bridge neighborhood, and were blessed in the last 2 years to have moved to the Brenedy for assisted living. They were active and vibrant members at the Fairhope Methodist Church Choir, and were honored to join some of the Christmas performances with the Choral Society. also original members of the German American Club, which continues to gather monthly here in Fairhope at the Grand Hotel. They entertained, played the piano, and sang at Carol's Place, which is now the Brennedy, in Homestead Village throughout their 60s and 70s. And at the start of 2019, my parents moved to the Brennedy Assisted Living. Over the last 2 years, Brennedy has not only been a new home to my parents, but a group of caregivers and friends that provided sincere, heartfelt care, love, and support each day until my parents' last day. This will never be forgotten. My parents are my heroes and my inspiration. Their bravery and courage to make it through World War II, fleeing from East Germany, and starting a family for the American dream for a better opportunity, and also to give back to others, inspires me each and every day. It motivated me and gave me the courage to be a pioneer, blaze new trails, and start a business to make a difference in the world, to help patients through software. They were a key part of getting the business off the ground. Today, since starting the company in 2003, there are over 2.5 million patients using this product worldwide in 15 languages. Truly inspired by my parents, Carl and Erica's life journey, and through faith in God, a fruitful, purpose-driven life, and anything is possible. And my mom always said, a family that prays together stays together. As my parents lived to serve others in the last couple of years in particular, there were many who were there for them in special and important ways. I know while this list is not inclusive, and I may not be able to say everybody's name here today, I do know they want to thank you, as do I. So around Fairhope, thank you, Ann Pearson, Dr. Stephen Winston and his care team, Katie Wilson, Kay Snyder, Janie Mullins, Krista Pinslish, Lisa Calhoun, Etta and Eric Gilbert, Gisela Nobles, Mary Parsons, Rita Freilich, Corinne Rammon, Margaret, Curtis and Patty, Linda Smith, Vaughn and David Luca, Mary Catherine and Rodney, Inga and Montgomery, thank you. At the Brennedy, Beverly, Raquel, Amy, Melissa, Lisa, Betty, Jessica, Kendrick, Monica, Jakiffany, and friends, Grace Middleton, Wally, and Joyce, thank you. My parents' cousins, who are my godparents, who live in Frankfurt, Germany, Elke and Gernard Jan, Dankeschön. My family and life group at Harbor City Church in San Diego, who prayed regularly and now gives me love and support, include my pastor Stephen, Ben, Joel, Greg, Paolo, Michelle, Kim, Mark and Sandy, Mark and Crispy, and Jackie, thank you. All of Martin's company team, with whom my parents were big fans and supporters, have expressed their condolences and admiration. Thank you. These were both and together remarkable and inspirational lives of Carl and Erica Pellenac, touching so many people with their spirit of joy. Giving chocolates, flowers, handmade crafts, or cooking were all expressions from Carl and Erica undoubtedly each of you experienced. Please make sure to sign the book, as the slideshow is coming by Christmas, which I'll share with you if you provide your email address. You can also find my parents' Germany escape stories, recorded by Linda Smith on YouTube, searching by their names. Just to share from me personally, our family was growing in Christ each day until my parents' very last day, as God has instilled in us key roles which my parents Carl and Erica embodied throughout their life of being a provider, a community servant, a missionary, an artist, a renewer and redeemer, and an image of God. In closing, I'd like to read a poem I wrote to my parents on December 24th, 1997, 23 years ago, before starting my new business. It's found in your bulletin and you may read along. It's entitled An Example. Just as God sent Jesus Christ to set an example of how to live, so too have you, my parents, followed these ways and set a disciplined, righteous, generous, and kind foundation for my own life, and I'm very grateful. Your unconditional love has brought us to grow a balanced parent and child relationship into one of friendship, love, and mutual respect. I plan to make a positive difference in this world, and people to search to make the right decisions in business, and through vision, to understand the outcomes of those decisions. I plan to use the foundation both of you provided me and the example God sent through His Son. Thanks again for all of your love and support, and most of all for leading your life as an example to others. I love you both very much.